What's up, guys? Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking us on out. Hey, new Porpoise Pod is going to be coming out tonight with my guy Alejandro Solana. Be on the lookout for that. You get that on the WQAM YouTube page as we'll get on to all the shenanigans that have been going down in Dolphins land. And by the way, dude, gooses galore, okay? Business has picked up in Dolphins land because the motherfucking ping pong table is out, dude. And now you know that they mean business and that things are going to go right against the New York Jets because these dudes are not going to be playing ping pong. Definitely what's going to get it going. And also, Mike Glennon's here. I need a minute. All seriousness, Ping Pong Gate has been one of the craziest, most overblown stories this year for the Miami Dolphins. I mean, who gives a rat's ass what is going on with that ping pong table? I really want to take that. I want to take an axe to that ping pong table between the chicanery that was going on earlier in the year. I don't think it ever got pimped out, by the way. I thought pimp my ping pong table was supposed to happen, and Tyreek Hill was supposed to make it a super ping pong table. I think it just looked like a normal table that you get at Dick's Sporting Goods. Nothing ever changed with it. And also, these dudes could be playing ping pong left and right. They still maybe have the option of having Skylar Thompson at quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater with his bum finger, and now Mike Glennon is on the Dolphins, wearing number 16, out there with his ginormous giraffe neck. And, you know, it's not great, dude. You know, you can't be sitting here thinking to yourself, oh, this is going to get things rolling. This is going to put things in the right direction because Mike Mother bleeping Glennon is going to be in this spot where we're going to be in a good place. You feel confident. It's like spin the wheel of rando quarterback. Who could we get? Mike Glennon. Awesome. And it's like Mike McDaniels today was like, yeah. You want to play against him. He's a quarterback. It's like, well, that is the bare minimum of what gives me confidence. Look, it really feels like it's all going to be in Skylar's hands. Skylar's the limit, dude. We got to go back to that. Honestly, here's a strategy. Why don't we, just a thought, why don't we bring Ezukama off the practice squad? That was his go-to guy in the preseason. Bring Eazy-E and Skylar Thompson together again, reunited, just that comfort, just a little comfort blanket. See what Ezukama's got to bring to the table. He's been banished all year. We haven't seen him. He looked like an absolute, you want to talk about, he may go down in Dolphins lore as a dude who was a star in the preseason, and we have not seen he was starring at practice, he was starring in the preseason games, and we haven't gotten a whiff of it. We saw Braylon Sanders. We did not see Ezukama at all. I saw him at the Tyreek Hill Family Foundation, and I said the dumbest thing to him. I was just like, because they had all the receivers. The receiver room came, and Leroy was talking with Sherfield, and Ezukama, who had an awesome shirt, by the way. And I was like, hey, dude, can't wait to see you in action. Love seeing what you did in the preseason. And I walked away thinking, what a dopey thing to say, like, to somebody. Why would I say that? Why would I say this? Hey, can't wait to see you in action. Like he doesn't already have in his mind, like, Jesus, I wish I was playing football. But just food for thought, you know, rolling on out there. Let's see what he's got. Let's see what Ezukama has to bring to the table. Let's just pull out all the stops at this point. I honestly, bring back the Wildcat for all I care. Let's just give 30 snaps to Tyreek Hill, shotgun, let him take off. And then in the other 30 snaps, Jalen Waddle. Let's just see what he's got. Let's just roll it out there. Just all tricky. Look, that's what Sperano did. The Wildcat was built out of desperation. This is desperate times call for desperate measures. You may have to think outside the box. Do it with Mostert. Little extra protection. Direct snaps. Let's get crazy with it. All right. If you're a mad genius, Mike McDaniel, which we all think you are, with the and by the way, the jokey jokes about Mike and all that. 5-game losing streak, dude. But let's pull out of the stops. Let's get willy-nilly with it. Let's think about what kind of crazy things they can go out here with. Honestly, the best thing I think they could really do is give Skylar all the prep this week. Get him in a place where it's like, hey, feel him as comfortable as possible with his receivers. The bummer to see, no Armstead, no Xavier Howard, no Chubb, still hurt. Maybe they'll be out there tomorrow. Who knows? You know, Wednesday's typically like the swing day. Maybe they'll just give a guy an extra day or things like that. But they didn't play last game, so you can't feel fantastic about it. And why don't we just go, Skylar, listen, you give him a whole week, you pump him up as much as possible, get that timing down, quick decisions, just let him, he's got to, if they could get him in that mode of cutting loose like he was in the preseason and not like playing safe. We didn't like that, baby. We liked you chucking bombs. That is what everybody fell in love with in the preseason. That is why people told Mike McDaniel and Chris Greer, you would be nuts to get rid of this guy. We saw some of that element of running that he had in college. We saw some of that in the last game. I would love seeing that. I love seeing the quick decisions. I want to see that from Skylar Thompson ultimately. And honestly, look, that's the secret sauce. That's the beauty of what Tua brought to the table. Everything was quick. Everything. And people will say, oh, well, that shows he's a system quarterback on the French. Whatever. He ran the system well for most part this year. I think for Skylar, like, he's got to find his own flavor to it, obviously. He's got to be him. He can't be Tua Tagovailoa. But I think that the whole point of this year has just got to be, and I think for Mike McDaniel, we've seen that he is a guy who can get in the psyche of his quarterbacks and really pump them up with confidence. We saw him do this with Tua. He needs to do that with Skylar. This is clearly a guy that he had his eye on, that he liked. That is why they gave him a roster spot. That is why they kept him around. So doing what they can to give this guy the air of confidence that he needs to succeed against the Jets is critical. It's huge. That is the important thing going into this week more than anything. Is just like, how do you get this guy executing quick, making the quick decisions, thinking, not thinking too much, buying into people believing in him and believing that he can be the guy. That is what's critical. And anything that he could do to not have Mike Glennon take a snap for the Miami Dolphins would be ideal for me. I would love that. I would like Mike Glennon to take his $64,000, sit his ass on that bench, and not take a snap for the Miami Dolphins, ideally. And maybe he won't. Maybe Teddy Bridgewater will be healthy enough, and they have Teddy as the backup. And if maybe he's healthy enough where it's like, he can play if he absolutely has to, and Skylar just completely poops the bed. But I think ultimately, with that being up in the air, isn't the best thing to give one guy the most reps to prep him for that week. Because Skylar, Teddy, I mean, none of them have been your starting guy. They haven't found a way to win without somebody that's not Tua yet. So I think ultimately the guy that you could give the best prep for, that you could game plan with, that you could get on the same page as these receivers, these star receivers, that's the important thing to do. But maybe sprinkle in a little as you come. I'm just saying, dude. Just try it out.